good to have you back.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
It's really good to be back, by the way. When I try and get my niece and nephew, the youngest ones, to be quiet in the car, I just sing a medley of my hits. And they're like, please stop.
Here he goes again.
And I get to, like, changes, and then they behave. Yeah.
How old are they?
Maxwell's 10, Winnie's 12.
Oh, it's that age, isn't
Yes.
it? Yeah, I understand. It's not the easiest. Well, new material for them at least.
I know, they've got more now. No, they quite like the new one, actually, yeah.
Yeah, so tell us about this album. It's actually a really interesting concept.
Yeah, so it's an album of covers of female... so I'm a feminist, and I studied women's studies at university, and I wanted to do an album of female pop stars, sort of quite left field pop stars, very successful, but maybe not in the full mainstream.
Yeah.
And I wrote letters to all of them saying thanks for your music, and sent them a little USB stick with my version of their song. So London Grammar, Hannah from London Grammar, an artist called Claire Maguire, Bat for Lashes, Crying on the Bathroom Floor is a band called Moona, actually, quite a new band. Yeah.
And it must be, I'm guessing, as one of those female performers, really flattering to get that letter from you.
I hope so. Well, I haven't had any cease and desist letters.
That's a good start.
Unless they're holding them back. Yeah, imagine that.
It was a lovely thing, though. But I guess the biggest problem was narrowing it down, because...
It was hard.
You know, there's a lot of performers that you really enjoy listening to.
I think that's why I wanted to keep it to more current people. And I thought, well, I'll keep it to almost like my current playlist of favourite female artists.
Yeah.
And that would make... Because otherwise it's just, you know, you could go from Nina Simone to whoever. So I think that really helped.
Yeah.
And then I worked with Richard X, who I worked with on an album called Echoes, and my last album, actually. So it's the third time we've worked together.
And it was him then that helped set up the recording studio in your dining room.
Yeah, next to my dining room table. Yeah, I had a spare duvet and spare curtains, so I hung those up. But it was difficult because I bought back some rescue dogs. So I was in Los Angeles at the beginning of COVID, and I bought back these 2 rescue dogs who were about to be put down, because they have things called kill shelters over there. Major problem in LA. And Domino snores quite a lot, so that was quite difficult. So I had to sort of time it between his naps. You know what I mean?
Oh, look
And then
at
I've got,
that.
there he is. There's my baby. I mean, look at that face.
And there's a little baby, another baby in the background.
There's the other baby in the background. That's his favourite teddy rabbit. Yeah, Rabbit's still going. I mean, he is just hysterical.
But then again, we've all been doing that kind of stuff of working from home for 18 months, haven't we? So we just have to try and work around home life.
I quite like it.
Yeah.
And actually, I come from the countryside, so I'm quite a country boy, and I don't like travelling. You know, I can't bear the traffic in London, and I'd rather not be living in London, but for work and things. So actually, being given permission to be at home, be in my garden.
Do what you love.
Do what I love,
Yeah.
exactly. Sing, write, because I've been writing some books, and walk the dogs. So it's actually been okay.
It's been okay.
And I'm very aware that it was much harder for lots of other people as well, you know?
No, of course. You mentioned your garden because you've always been very passionate about gardening.
Yeah.
It's a really kind of
Oh, look,
relaxing...
you've got it all this morning.
We have got it all.
Is someone outside there now?
Keeping an eye.
Can you let the dogs out? Oh, that's my dahlia.
But you see, once you get into your garden, it is one of those things that it absolutely can absorb every second of your free time.
I love it.
It's just good for the soul, isn't it?
And it's really good for my mental health, because I can get quite anxious, and I find that it just really calms me down. So I'd really recommend it to anyone. You don't have to be an expert. I'm not an expert.
But you were a gardener before pop.
Well, I was a gardener. That's true. Yeah, it is in my family. I was a gardener.
And your mum, obviously.
My mum's a brilliant garden designer, and my sister is a gardener by profession.
So it is in the DNA.
It is in the DNA, that's true. But I used to garden to earn the money to travel up to London to audition for Pop Idol when I was after I was a student.
OK, so it's part of the fabric of the story
it's part
then,
of the story.
I guess. Yeah, it's been there from the beginning.
Could I do like a gardening music album next, maybe?
Anything's possible, Will.
Yeah.
Record it in the garden.
Crying on the garden lawn. Something like that.
Album number 2, yeah. Pop Idol is coming up on 20 years.
Yeah.
20 years?
20,
I mean...
It's pretty much 20 years, almost to the day, that I did my first audition. Yeah. And then February next year will be that since I won.
What an extraordinary 20 years it's
I
been,
know.
then, isn't
Can you
it?
believe it?
Yeah. I mean, we all, I mean, certainly my era, I remember that as vividly as anything. Everyone was talking about that final.
So sweet.
And what a life-changing
it was
moment
major.
it was for you.
But I think what was so lovely about it was so pure. You know, there hadn't been a competition just for one singer where, you know, the record contract was given to me by the public, not by the sort of moguls in the record company.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was quite special.
No, but we all loved both of you, actually.
Yeah.
We felt that we really knew the both of you by the
Yes.
time it came to the final, because we'd followed the story the whole way through. It was an extraordinary series, actually.
It really
back.
was. And we were lucky because we didn't really know what was going to happen. So there was no sort of jealousy or anything like that. We just got on. We were a bit like a family.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I spoke to Gareth the other day, actually.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, so still in touch
Yeah, he's
after all
doing
these
good.
years, yeah.
He's doing really well.
Alongside gardening, you've taken up the piano again.
Yes, I have.
So that's back at home. That's another way of
I'm not
relaxing.
brilliant,
That's,
but I do the best I can.
yes.
Yeah.
And you've tried to recreate that sort of
Well, I've got
teenage bedroom,
it's
haven't
in
you?
my attic. Yeah. So again, that's another thing I did. So I've basically created the gay teenage bedroom I always wanted. So basically, it's a lot of pictures of Jason Donovan.
We all had them.
Adam Ricketts has made it on the wall.
Yeah.
Sean Maguire from EastEnders. Oh, I'm going all in.
You're taking me back to my
Thank
bedroom.
you. Is it Jason Priestley? Remember him?
90210.
Thank you.
How could I forget?
I've got them all up there. Some of the posters are worth some money.
I bet they are.
Yeah, but it's lovely. So basically,
like
my
that.
next record is inspired
Okay.
by Jason Donovan.
There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. I think I want to come to your house, your garden,
It's
your
really
attic.
fun.
I'm enjoying it very much.
Yeah, you can stroke the dogs, and then we
Dogs?
we have to climb up a ladder to get into the attic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you have to get your
okay.
parents' permission.
Okay, gotcha,
Yeah.
yes. Signed letter. Well, Will, crying on the bathroom floor, it's out now. It's just your wonderful best with songs that you love to sing, really.
Yeah,
It's a great album. Thank you so much. Great to see you this morning. I really enjoyed that.
Thanks
Thank you
for
so
having
much.
me.
Don't forget, you can watch full episodes of Lorraine on the ITV Hub and all the best clips, compilations and playlists right here on our channel. Just subscribe now and you'll never miss an upload. Click here to watch another video similar to this one, or click here to head to our channel's homepage to explore all of our exciting videos.